you did it. Good morning. No, it's afternoon. I am, baby. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for the thing to. No, did I do this right? No. Hello. Well, we can't see my face. What happened? Okay. Well, why is it like this?
Question: do we need this?
Hmm.
Do we need this?
What may or not, unless you just want to use it to share or moderate.
Why this?
Mm-hmm. Why is this like this? Let me see here. Uh-oh. Afternoon for you guys that are joining. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. That's it. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning. Okay, I'm on the right. Let's see. Make sure you're in here. You're good.
Okay, nobody here.
Mm-hmm. We are live on YouTube. We're streaming to Facebook. We're on TikTok. I got to get it to where I got to get another thing to be on Instagram to have all of the areas. But good morning, good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are excited to be here.
And I'll say good morning.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's what I say. It's good morning, good afternoon, one of them.
Good evening in Africa.
Good evening.
In Nigeria.
Burkina. Don't make me.
South Africa.
Oh, okay.
That's where your people are, right?
Okay. Well, guys, we don't want to hold you long this afternoon, but we are excited about being here today. God is truly amazing. He is wonderful. And we are starting a series on how to do marriage God's way. You hear William and I talk about doing marriage God's way. We have it on our merch. Looking all fancy. We have it on our merch. We're writing books about it. What does doing marriage God's way truly mean? What does that look like? And so we want to walk you through a phase on how to actually do marriage God's way. William and I, we've been married for 10 years now, and I don't believe we would have survived and made it that 10 years if it wouldn't have been for God teaching us this and showing us this early in the game. So, William, you want to chime in and say anything?
I mean, when you think about doing marriage God's way, what is the first thing? Okay, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? I was actually having a conversation with a brother who's getting married within 2 weeks that I actually asked to go and purchase this book. Okay, the 8 powerful principles for doing marriage God's way. Okay, very important, guys. Very, very, very important. And
a lot of the things that we will be discussing is in this book.
So, and I asked them, what is marriage? Before we even thinking about, before we put it into perspective with God, what is marriage? What do you know about marriage? Because this is the second time around, and this time is gonna have a blended family. Oh, wow. So you need to understand the first step, which is marriage. Okay, before getting married, you need to understand what is marriage. So that's what we're going to discuss with you today, and kind of give you that true definition of what marriage is, and then we will break it down.
Amen. And so you want to give them a backstory of who we are. I know some of you know us. You've been following us for years now, but we would like to reintroduce ourselves to you because God is doing something special in us and allowing us to revamp our vision, our area of focus. And I'm really actually excited because I wish that I would have known these things prior to. William and I, of course, we come from 2 different backgrounds. We have 2 different cultures. We have the same skin color. However, we are from 2 different continents. William grew up in Africa. I grew up here in the United States. And it is truly, it was really tried and tested the first years of our marriage. He was trying to do it the way he was raised in his culture. I was trying to do it the way I saw. And it really created a lot of issues and Like, we bumped heads a lot in the beginning because we wanted to do this our way. And when the Lord began to reveal to us that this is not going to work, you guys will not make it 5 years if you continue to do it this way. And so he began to teach us and show us that if you want to make sure that your marriage is successful, Nakia, that you don't have a third marriage, William, that you don't be divorced, you want to make sure that I am the core, the center of what you're doing. So we want to make sure that you understand that you can't bring your mindset into marriage. You want God to give you his mindset.
Very key. God's mindset is what we didn't have when we got married. We have the right.
We had the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation of it. We have the right intention. We were not virgin when we got married. Okay, so you
I've been married before.
I'm the third, and she's not my first woman, but she's my first wife and the only one. But the right mindset, that's key. Okay. Do you go into the marriage journey with the right mindset? Because a lot of us growing up in church, we read the Bible, we got people telling us this, telling us that, but every marriage is different. Okay, every marriage is different. What is not different is God's mindset. So you can pick on the brain of thousands of married people, but if God is not the one who framed their relationship, you will have 10,000 different mindset, and it will bring chaos in your relationship. So having God's mindset frame your conception of marriage is the key.
One thing I want to remind you guys, for any of you that's just now joining, please share the broadcast, give us some likes, give us some hearts, and ask questions. We'll cover questions at the end, but we want you to make sure that we're spreading this word, we're spreading this, and we are encouraging others. I did mention that God is revamping and he's showing us different things. And so, yes, our area of focus has been helping couples discover who they are as individuals while creating a strong, passion-filled marriage based on godly principles. What we're doing and what God is doing right now is shifting it to where we're not focused solely on those that are already married. We want to walk those that have not been married yet, but you desire to be married and you desire to do marriage God's way. You need to plug into us as soon as possible.
So this is the catch. Okay, guys.
It's a catch, babe.
There's a catch. Okay, now, Nakia said earlier, this is going to be a series. Okay, because you have the book right here. Okay, Doing Marriage God's Way, that we're going to be sharing with y'all. So this is the catch. If you stick with us until the end of this series, there is a bonus that you guys gonna have. The bonus is we are going to actually get. Now stay with us, and we will share that. But I'm gonna give you one of the key. We will teach you or share with you the key for doing marriage God's way from a single mindset. Now, I know you think you're single because you have no relationship. I know you think that you are not single because you're married, but we will debunk that for you guys, okay? Because we got the revelation and the way you guys never imagined or thought before, because we are using the words and that are just
well, I think what we tend to do is we don't go to the origin of a word. And so if you don't go back to the origin of a word to make sure that you have the actual meaning of what it really means to us. Then you go based off of what the culture says, what society says. And so what we want to do is take you to the root understanding of what being single is. And so, in order for you to understand how to do marriage God's way, there are some principles, there's some things that you need to understand and you need to address now. Yes, it's urgent that you address these things now. You understand that you need to master these things now. And we've been married 10 years, and when the Lord began to unfold some of these principles to us, out of because what we're sharing is what we apply. It's what we are practicing every day of our lives. These principles have changed our marriage, changed our relationship, and not just with us together. It's changed our relationship with the Lord.
And very important, everything start, rise, and falls with the Lord. You have to start with the Lord. He has to be not a part of it, but the centerpiece of it. Okay, don't make God a part of your relationship. Make God the centerpiece of your relationship. Make yourself a part of God's plan, not the other way around. God is not a tenant, he's the landlord. Okay, he owns you. Okay, he owns your relationship. He is the one who mastered it. He is the one who came up with the idea. Okay, so we will talk about all that, and we will share with you guys keys that are important for you to be successful. I mean, at least now falling into the trap that we did.
One of the things we want to make sure, and we will put the link of where you can purchase this book. It's on Kindle. You can either get the Kindle version or you can get the paperback version. We have an ebook for it. It's no reason why you can't walk through this with us, because we have the sources for you to obtain it. You can obtain these things, and you can walk through these steps with us. You can apply these lessons to your life daily. So how do you do marriage God's way? How do you do marriage God's way? One thing is, you have to make sure that your relationship, first thing, your relationship with the Lord is right. Your personal relationship with the Lord is right. Your marriage is not going to be successful if you first are not whole, if you are not good within yourself. You want to make sure that your relationship, your personal walk with the Lord is on point. It's where it should be going. So the first thing is, how is your relationship with the Lord? What you need to How is your relationship with the Lord? You need to come into the thing here because you're not seeing. How is your relationship with the Lord? Somebody put that in the chat for me. How is your relationship with the Lord? Also, let us know where you guys are joining from. As you come in, let us know where you're joining from and share the live. So first thing is, how is your relationship with the Lord? When I first got married, my first go round, I had just come into the realization of who I was in the Lord. I'd accepted my call. I was young. I was very eager. And I was like, okay, God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it the right way. And we are going to make sure that it was like, I got to do this right. I got to do it right. And so I was doing everything that I thought I knew to do this God's way. But there was still a lot of Nikia in the way. And so when life started coming, I bailed. It was like, no, God, I can't deal with this. I don't want to deal with it. I didn't want to wait for God to change it. And so I bailed. And then you go in a second time, and I heard God's voice, but I didn't obey his voice. So after this experience, now I'm devastated because I don't understand, God. Why do I keep making this mistake? Why do I keep doing this stupid stuff over and over again? And the problem was, God was not my only focus. It was everything else. I was trying to please everyone else and do things Nakia's way. I was trying to make sure that everyone was appeased, but I wasn't pleasing God. And so when I started the journey on discovering who I was as an individual, who I was in Christ, that started my journey. And it changed the way I understood what I was walking to, especially when it came to a marriage. And I knew that if I was going to go into another marriage, that I was going to have another zeal. I was going to have something, a different mindset, because there was no way that I was going to get married a third time and then divorce again. Not happening. And so regardless of what I came into, what I faced, I was going to stick that out and hold on until God changed, and held on until God did something different. The grace for me was that William had a personal relationship with the Lord as well. So as I'm on my journey of discovering who I am, he was actually on his journey discovering who he was as well.
And trust me, guys, it was not easy. It was complicated, because I had to literally discover who I was. What was I doing wrong? You know, how come the previous relationship didn't work? You know, and I've always go with this mindset: if you ask the right question, you get the right answer. Okay, if you ask a half truth, a half true question, you get a half true answer. You know, there's something that you just said that resonate with me. You say you could hear God, but you didn't obey. Okay, faith come by hearing. To me, hearing is faith germinating in you. Obedience is action, activity. Okay, that automatically leads you to success or a positive result. Now the outcome may be different, but it's always a positive result. And what I had to do is to completely go in God's mood, and I explain. I was not good in choosing the right people, whether it was a relationship or just friendship and all. I was not good. I tended to trust everybody just like that. And when I say, you know what, the Bibles always teach me that David, Joshua, Jesus prayed.
Okay.
They will always go and seek with the one that can see things that nobody else can. So I took that 30-day, took off work for 30 days. And during that sabbatical, instead of me putting out there my heart and desires, I seeked for God's desire. So pretty much, I didn't go and say, God, this is what I want, this is what I need. Okay, although we advise people to be very specific, but here's the kick. Do you want your desire for you or God's desire for you? I didn't know that until God revealed to me his plan for me.
Say that again. Do
you want your desire for you or God's desire for you? So Psalm 34:7 says,
Psalms 37.
34:7 said, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desire of your heart. For years, I misunderstood d'accord.
Mm.
I thought I thought if I pray, if I do this, if I give my tithes, my offering, I go to church, I read my Bible. Now I'm qualified to ask God whatever I want because that's my desire. But what the Bible is talking about is the spiritual food, the spiritual desire, not the fleshly desire. So the fleshly desire is always in war and a hustle against the spiritual desire. So I pretty much just lay myself there and say, God, your will, not mine. Your will, not mine. And it took 7 years. But during those 30 days, funny thing, for 29 days, God didn't speak. I was petitioning, Nikki. I was praying, crying. I felt a desire to be married, but I needed to have God's desire for me. And when He spoke to me, He gave me a revelation of the Bible. Say, this is what my servant Abraham, my friend, did. You can use it or not. So when I saw that, I said, God, show me what am I to look for in the woman? What should I get? What is the clues that I need to get so I would know that she's the one? So,
and that's good. It's like two different journeys, but still a journey to achieve the same goal. And I love that because I, as a woman, am seeking something different than what he, as a man, is seeking. As a woman, I was looking for a man to love me, to care for me, to provide for me. I was looking for a man to create safety. I was looking for someone to come in because now I come with baggage. I came with 2 children into this marriage. So now I not only does he have to take responsibility for Nakia, he has to take responsibility for 2 other children. 2, like one was on the way out the door and then the other one was still at home. And it's like, okay, Lord, so now how do you navigate this? How do I put it to where somebody have to accept all of this baggage? But I prayed that the man that would walk with me would have the capacity to love me and my children as God loves us. What about you, William?
Oh, I know I did a prayer because I already had a daughter. I said, God, allow me to be married to a mother. Allow me to be married to somebody who will understand the struggle of being parent, who will understand the importance of me focusing on my offspring. So when you came to my life, or when God brought you in my life, I asked for 1 kid. That was thinking in my mind, we're gonna have 2 kids, and then we're gonna have 2 more kids. That would be 4 kids. Okay, but you came with 2 already. I'm just like, okay, plus mine 3. I mean, we ended up having 4. So the 4 kids that I was thinking of having, I got them. But yes, that was my mindset. I needed the other part, the person understand what I say, or understand how my mind is working when it comes to the children.
Or even with the children, it's like you want to make sure that you have the goal, the mindset, because a man should come with a vision for you, ladies. Yes, we have a vision. We have some things that we desire. We hope we have those things. But as the man, you should make sure, I need you to write this down, put it on a sticky. You should make sure that you already have a vision for what you want. You should not come and have a wife and have a family and you have no vision. You have no dream. You have no goals, no hopes, desires. You need to have that before you ever stand before a woman and say, I do.
A man without a vision is just like a pant without pockets.
A
Useless.
pants without pockets.
Useless. Oh my goodness.
Like, we don't even talk about pants without pockets. I hate what I have a couple of pair of pants that I don't have front pockets. I have the back pockets, but I have front pockets. And so every time I wear them, I'm still always reaching for the front. It's just like
Useless. Because if you get something or they hand you something that you can't really, because you need your hands free, but you don't have a purse. If you're a woman, you don't have anything, a backpack. If you're a man, you want to put them in your pocket, because sometimes it's just something that you cannot put in your bag, okay? Or it's the keys of your car. Okay. You don't want to hang, with the key in your hand, because you can lose them. So you need a pants with pocket. Okay. So why do I use that analogy? Because you marry somebody with no vision. Nikki had a vision for herself. Her vision, she will talk about in a minute. She had a vision. I have my vision. My vision came about after I've been seeking God for years, because my vision literally is attached to how I was brought up. Okay. God said, what you've been through, I'm going to use that for you to mentor other people, other young men. Okay. So they won't have to go through what you've been through. There was a grace upon your life for you not to deviate from the plan, because my upbringing was the perfect setup for me to be a failure. Perfect setup for me to be a failure. There was no God in it. When I gave my life to Christ in 1993, I was actually the first in my whole family. My mom's side, my dad's side, and their sides. Okay. I am the first believer in that family. The first got called out. I was 9 when I had this vision of Christ appearing to me while my grandma was dying. And 2 years later, 93, I was brought to church, invited by my auntie, and that's where God fell upon me heavily, and I gave my life to Christ. So it's been almost 32 years now. In September, it will be 32 years that I've been born again Christian. But Nikia, it is not easy without a vision. I have my vision, and when we came together, we talk about our visions. I hear a situation where people like, I have my vision and this and that.
What did it take? Pop, put a pin in there before you say that, because I see where you're going. If the vision does not align, go back to God.
Period.
The vision the two of you have should align. And if it does not, go back to God.
Because my vision is different from Nikia's vision, but yet they're intertwined with one another. They are different, but yet they are one. Because the end goal of both our visions are the maturing or mentoring of the next generation. Okay, so I'm African, French speaker from Gabon, Central Africa, the best country in the world. Okay,
look at my face.
Come on. That's why you married me. Best country in the world. Okay, I had my vision. Probably 10 years before I met a kid. And it became clear probably 5 years within a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've been
Well,
having
and
my
then, I
vision.
mean, even what you're saying that is because the things that we're sharing with you guys is, y'all, we learned these things in marriage. Mind you, we got married in 46 days. So we didn't have time for no dating. We didn't do any of the things that normal people do. We did everything in the marriage. So if I'm telling you we're 2 years in when God brings this revelation to us, there was a journey we had to take to align ourselves with what God had for us. So, in order to do marriage God's way, we want to help you start off right, opposed to us being inside of it and then getting it.
And I will tell you this is a nugget. Our vision, okay, our separate individual vision saved our marriage. It makes no sense. I know. Oh, I know. I know. I know. And I know I'm not a medium, so I cannot read your mind. Do they? No, they can't read your mind. And I'm not God either. But I say this. Our individual vision received from God saved our marriage. Because, first of all, we are not quitter. If you know us, we are not quitter. Oh yeah, we are not quitter. So when Nikki and I, 6 months within a marriage, we were about to give up. We were about to throw in the towel, and we individually went and see God. I went and locked myself in the closet for 7 days, no food, no phone. Oh my gosh, that was my worry because I was still doing things I had no business doing as a married man. But I trust God. I said, I'm gonna leave my phone with my wife.
Hey, you were really brave.
Oh, at that point, kid, I don't care if you found out that I was still texting my ex-girlfriend. I was still trying to put some thoughts into my baby mama drama mind or whatever. I didn't care at that point. My soul thought was, how can I get better and salvage my marriage? How can I be better? Now, I know the motive of me seeking God was not to perfect myself. It was to save my marriage, but I was going with you in mind. I presented to you not in the right way, because the way I depicted you there, I won't tell you exactly what happened.
Don't.
But it was not. It was ugly. It was not about me for 6 days. And God, man, wow.
He makes you wait, huh?
He didn't speak. Nikia said, she heard but disobeyed. I didn't hear, not because he was talking and I was busy. No, I didn't hear because he was quiet. So I was doing the talking. Okay, I was fasting and praying, no food, no water, just my Bible and a book that I was reading about fasting. And God said 95% of the chaos in your home, it is your inability to submit to me, to surrender, to obey, to listen. You say, yeah, you came here and talking about your wife doesn't do this, your wife doesn't do that, this and that. Now, once you say, God, what am I doing wrong? Now, let me, since you did all the talking, now let me give you answers to your talking. And it was pretty ugly. When I said ugly, I cried when I came out. That was 7 days I was supposed to do. Y'all know me, I'm drastic. I was supposed to go 21-day fasting. After 7 days, I got my answer and I got up. Instead of focusing on marriage, I focused on me, and Nikia did the same. She focused on, while I was there, I didn't know that woman was in the bedroom praying not only for her, but praying for me. I was not praying for Nikia while I was fasting. I was blaming
Tell it,
Nikki.
Tilly.
I was telling God, you need to fix her. You need to talk, you need to talk to her. Because I know she has
Get your
ability
dog.
to hear.
Get your child.
So go talk to her because I'm done. I'm tired of this and that.
Tell on me.
And God said, William, your marriage is falling apart because you're not listening to me. You don't obey what I say. You don't even understand what I'm saying to you. That's why you're falling. But I know, he said, I got you at the right place right now, huh? Because now you came into my world. Now we're talking spirit to spirit. Now, mind you, he still didn't give us the revelation. Okay, this was an answer. That was not a revelation. The revelation came about 3 months later. Nikki and I were sitting and she said, okay, I realized that. No, I said, you've been bringing a lot of your American background, and I've been bringing a lot of my American background. But still, we are now moving forward. We're not moving the needle. What should we do? And she said, how about we just drop? No, I say, let's speak what is good from your American side and what is good from my African side. She said, how about we drop both? How about we go seek God for kingdom mindset? How about we really emphasize and bring to this relationship the phrase that said, let your will be done on earth in our marriage as it is in heaven. How about calling God's will instead of our will? Your American will, your African will, we don't need it no more. We need God's way of thinking, God's way of acting, God's way of loving. How about that? And that's how he came doing marriage God's way. We didn't know we would be writing a book about it. We didn't know we would have a devotional, 30-day devotional. We didn't know that YouTube would be selling our books. We were trying to salvage our relationship. Because to me, it was our divorce is not even an option. I didn't want a divorce, but I didn't want us to be miserable because Nikki already been through 2 marriages. That I told her, if you knew then what you know now, you will still be married to your first husband. Okay, we talk about 96 to 9. That would be 29 years of marriage.
Hey.
So that's the kick. The kick is doing marriage God's way. You don't want to enter the marital journey doing it your way. You got to do it God's way because that's how you will be successful.
I love the fact that God truly, he challenged us. He challenged us early on. He made sure that we understood that in order for us to thrive, in order for us to be successful, in order for us to become the couple that he created for us to be from the beginning of time, because even though life had taken us on different paths, God already knew that William and I would connect. He already knew that these 2 people would be together. He knew on August the 2nd, 1978, and on August the 2nd, 1981, that a boy from Gabon and a girl from Louisiana would come together and become, regardless of their broken state, regardless of the hurt that they had experienced, regardless of the loss that they had embarked upon, regardless of the hurt that they had in the cause of the people. God knew that the 2 of us would be together in this day, in this time, and we would be able to share our story and give you hope, give you encouragement, and let you know that it is possible to thrive in your relationship, but you have to have God at the center. You have to have him a part of your couple. It's not going to work if you try to do this yourself, do it by yourself. And if you try to bring your culture and your mindset, it's not going to work. And you say, but Nikia, I know a lot of people that, they seem to be happy. They good. And they're doing it how they want to.
Keyword, seem. They seem to be happy than now. because Nikki and I we mastered the art of hypocrisy. You know,
we put the face on.
We show people out there
We
that
put some makeup on.
everything was cool. I'm telling you, like Sunday morning we go to church, Nikki and that. Oh man, for 2-3 years, every Sunday morning we will argue before the service.
And so now what we do is, because the enemy still try to come. When I see it, I'm like, shut your mouth, be quiet, don't say nothing, just hush.
I mean, we've been doing good for the past 7-8 months. Out of 10 years.
Yeah, tell God thank you.
Out of 10 years.
Because look here,
good.
He can say the wrong thing, look at me the wrong way, and I'm like,
I mean, not even saying the wrong. I mean, we can say the right thing. It just,
but we take it the wrong way.
It's just not the right time. Sunday
early.
morning, avoid that. Avoid that. We can be talking.
Necessary talking. Don't. If it ain't necessary, don't talk.
It could be that Nikki put worship song, and I like the song, and I
keep it louder.
Turn up the volume, and she'll say like, "Babe, can you please reduce the volume?" Now I'ma take it the wrong way, like. She said nothing wrong. She said nothing wrong. We both worshipers. We love worship.
But can it not be so loud?
And Sunday morning, she just said, "You know what, we're gonna pull." And then I turn it up. I'm thinking, she gonna like it because she's a worshiper, and she does. But she just didn't like the volume, the tone. And she was just like, "Hey, can you please?" Oh my gosh. Set the dude on fire. When you say fire of the Lord, fire, fire, fire. Man, this was the strange fire. Cause now I'm a say stuff, and you know me.
We won't talk about you.
I'm not a good how you say that? The better argue.
What you mean?
Argumentative.
Arguer.
Yeah. You know what? In French, it's easy.
How you say it in French?
I don't know.
You know it anyway. We're gonna do this with you.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm
for the French speaker.
I'm frozen right now. I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh no, we're not going to go there. But my point is this. I love it. When God is not the center, this is what's happening. This is what happens when God is not the center. We think, oh, we Christian. Oh, it's just the worship songs. But if God is not, because I react on the things that she says based on how I feel about myself. I react on the things that she said based on how I feel about myself. So he ain't about
remind me, somebody put a comment right there. Say this is a clip. That's a clip.
It's not about her. It's not about what she said. It's about how I feel about myself. So it's like we learned yesterday in our marriage group. You text people. So you may say.
Text or email.
Have a good day, but already have attitude. When I read have a good day, is have a good day. And she's being sarcastic with it. No, she was not sarcastic. Sarcasm was in my mind when I read that. That's not. And then I'm texting back.
With an attitude.
Have a good day yourself. And she like, why you put yourself like that? And then if she's still in a good place and she doesn't respond, now I get offended and defended. I know it's not an English word, but you got my point. You want God to be the center, the centerpiece of every day of your life. Your day-to-day life, God has to be the centerpiece.
Yes. So how to do marriage God's way? As we start this journey, one of the questions we want you to ask is, how is your relationship with the Lord? I need you to really evaluate where you are spiritually. Evaluate where your relationship is with God. I don't care if you're not married, if you're engaged, or if you're married and been married for years. I need you to do an evaluation on your relationship with God. I want you to ask yourself, do you want your desires for you, or do you want God's desires for you? Meaning, when you pray, you should say, God, give me the desires of your heart. Give me the desires you have for me so that they would line up in my heart right. Because there's things that we desire, and it's not bad things that we're desiring, but is that what God wants for you? Men, have a vision, a clear vision for yourself. Women, have goals, dreams, aspirations. Come ready to grind to help your spouse be who God has created them to be. You say, well, am I not supposed to have a vision? Yes, you do. But your vision should align with his vision. And if the two of your visions are not aligning, go back to God.
A man without a vision will find himself in a relationship where the woman will create opportunity for herself. And those opportunities may not come from a godly place.
Woo.
So if you don't have a vision for her to help you with, because understand this, she's the helpmate. Now she's not inferior to you. You're equal in different function. Equal but different in
different
function.
functions.
Okay. If you don't have something for her to do, she will have to create, because the woman was built to always be in movement. William, where do you get it from? I get it from the Bible.
Well, where we went to Genesis. We're going to go to the beginning.
In the beginning. Genesis. Okay, you have to go back to Genesis to understand why it's important for the man to have a vision and an action plan for his wife to help him, because God said it's not good for William to be self-sufficient. He didn't say alone because Adam was lonely. No. He says it's not good that he is self-sufficient. I'm going to make him a helper suitable for him, looks like him, in his image according to his likeness. Okay. And when the word that he used to call the woman is...
Don't do it. Now, this is a series, William, so we can't give everything today. We only got a few more minutes left. We can't give it all today. Don't do it, William.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. Y'all need to come back next time.
What did he call it? What did he call the woman?
He called the woman Ezer.
Spell it for them so they can look it up and search it for themselves.
Zeer. Ezer. And the word, the sentence that he mentioned was Ezer Kenegdo. That's a Hebrew word. That means
what scripture reference do you have?
That's Genesis 2:18. Genesis 2:18.
Let me put this in the comments for the
comments. If the woman, if a man does not have a vision for himself, it will end up in a relationship where the woman will have to create opportunity for herself. And most of the time, they don't come from a godly place.
And so we're going to have you spell this out. Ezer, what you say now?
Ezer Kenegdo.
Here, type it in there. Because I'll mess it up. But I love the fact that, it's right there. You type it. I love the fact that you said that, because we need to understand that we both have gifts, callings, talents. God have empowered and equipped both of us. When you come together, you wonder why the enemy fights you so hard. It's because the enemy does not want you to achieve your purpose. He does not want you to walk in the fulfillment of what God has for you. So we're going to help you walk out this journey and know how to do your marriage, not our marriage, because we have our own thing, how to do your marriage his way. If you have not gotten the book, you can download the Kindle version, or you can purchase a paperback copy. William is finalizing the French version, but it is on Amazon right now. You can download it we have it on our site. If you want an autographed copy, you can go to impactandlivescoaching.com and get it ordered that way. We can sign it and have it delivered to you. Guys, I want you to know that as we walk through this series, we're looking for deliverance. We're looking for transformation. We're looking for God to restore, to bring hope, and to bring a clarity and understanding on the things that we struggle and we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So any final things from you, William, before we close it out? And we're going to probably be back Wednesday. Do you have anything Wednesday? We'll come back on Wednesday and we'll come back to part 1. I do want to share the 8 principles with you so that you will know what the powerful principles are. And I have them right here in front of me if I can get to it. Okay, this script, this little bitty writing right here. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to see that there. We're going to go on over here, even with my glasses on. So, William, our first principle is marriage as ministry. Our second one is affirmation. Our third one is reverence. The fourth one is restoration. The fifth one is intimacy. The sixth one is accountability. The seventh one is grace. And the last one is endurance. Those words spell out marriage. If you didn't know, now you know. Those words: ministry, affirmation, restoration, reverence, intimacy, accountability, grace, and endurance. When you walk through those 8 principles, you will see a transformation in you and your spouse. Don't go in focusing on your spouse. Go in focusing on you. How can I serve them? How can I love them unconditionally? How can I reverence them? How can I apply grace and show endurance in this walk? So, again, I'll put in the comments where you can purchase the book from. On all our social media platforms, you can click on follow us on all our social media platforms. I got all that tangled together. You can go to mycrd.is/Will and Nakia, and you can follow all of our social media platforms to stay in touch with us. You can email us if you have any questions at info@impactandlivescoaching.com. Again, that's info@impactandlivescoaching.com. If you would like to set up a time for a free 30-minute consultation, here's the link for that. You can also find that on that My Card to set up a consultation so that we can walk you through some places. I know that there are so many that are searching, looking for answers, and we want to help you. If you are single and you want to do marriage God's way, you want to connect to us, because I tell you, over the next few weeks, we're going to pour so many nuggets and things in you and help you to be equipped for the journey ahead. All right. Well, we love you guys, and we'll see you back Wednesday. Thank you, Michelle. Love you. All right, you guys, you have a blessed day. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.